new.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't want a bloody war. We don't want a bloody war. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Stop the killing, stop the hate. Stop the killing, stop the hate. Bashar al-Assad, you will see. Bashar al-Assad, you will see. All of Syria will be free. I want to really thank everybody for coming. We appreciate everybody who took the time and the effort to come over here. I want to welcome all my Syrian, Libyan, Yemenis, and we have some Jordanian. We have people from all over the Arab world actually coming here to support us. We have people from the Dallas Peace Center, and we're going to get started here pretty soon. So I want you guys to come over here. Inshallah, our speaker will be starting here.
The people united
will never be defeated.
The people united
Will never be defeated.
The people united
Will never be defeated.
The people united.
Will never be defeated.
Believe that in the depths of your heart, that the people of Yemen, the people of Syria, the people of Iraq, the people of Bahrain, the people of Libya and Egypt are crying out for the same thing, for human rights, human dignity, freedom, and democracy. They're crying out like they have never cried out before, with one voice. So we support the people in the Middle East, all across the Middle East, in their struggle for things that we in America, all of us, take for granted. We take for granted freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, freedom of dissent. But our brethren in Syria and Libya and Egypt are paying the price with their blood, with their lives, to do what we take for granted here. So I'm going to give you a phone number. I would like you to put this phone number into your cell phone right now. It's area code 202. Area code, this is Barack Obama's phone number. This is President Obama's phone number I'm going to give you. This is a phone number to the White House. Somebody's going to answer this phone. A live person will answer. And I want you all to speak to them and say to them some of the words that I'm going to give you. 202-456-1111. I'm going to repeat it. 202-456-1111. This is a number to the White House. And you're going to say, as a message to the President of the United States, President Barack Obama, you're going to say, very respectfully, Mr. President, we have tried a policy for 50 years. It's a policy that has failed. All it has given us is a headache and a heartache. All this policy has given us for 50 years is a headache and heartaches. There needs to be a change in this policy. The change that needs to come about is very, very simple. Stop supporting dictators and side with the people of the Middle East.
Stop supporting dictators!
Stop supporting dictators!
I want to talk to you today about Hamza al-Khatib. Hamza al-Khatib is a 13-year-old boy who joined a peaceful demonstration in the southern city of Daraa. He joined the demonstration because his cousin was killed a week earlier in another peaceful demonstration. On April 29th, Hamza was arrested by the Syrian security forces. On May 27th, after a month, his dead body was returned to his family. Clear evidence of torture appeared all over his body. The skin on his hand and feet was peeled off. His neck was broken. He was shot several times to suffer a slow, agonizing death. And his genitals were cut off. What's even more surprising, outrageous, and sad about this story is that this is not the only instance where children have been killed, tortured, kidnapped away from their families. The Syrian regime is trying to intimidate its people, trying to teach them a lesson, to shut up and hide. The Syrian government has taken its own people hostage so they can stay in power. You might ask, what's their crime? Why are there 1,200 people dead since March of 2011? Why are there over 10,000 people detained and tortured all over Syria? Their crime is they have asked for democracy. They have asked for freedom. They have asked for free and fair elections. They're asking for freedom of assembly, freedom of speech. They want free and fair elections. They want a country that is not a puppet for Iran. You see, the Assad family has been in power for 41 years. Bashar al-Assad has been in power for 11 years. We will prevail. The Syrian people will get their freedom. We will get our democracy. We will not tire. We will not quit until you and your thugs are held accountable for the crimes you've taken against the Syrian people. I urge all those Arabs, Americans, anybody that cares about human life, that cares about human rights, to stand up, call your senator, ask the American government to take action against the Syrian regime. Thank you very much and God bless.
I was born and raised right here in Dallas, Texas. I was a passionate member of Southern Baptist church life growing up here in Dallas. Knew nothing except what was given to me as a child. Over the years of study and knowing people from other cultures, other nations, and taking the opportunity actually to know people instead of knowing news stories and knowing what we get fed to us, I discovered that everybody wants the same thing. Everybody wants freedom. Everybody wants democracy. Everybody wants a voice. Did you look at the sign on the front of the Dallas Morning News building? They stand by the statement that we want to hear both sides of the story. This demonstration today is a side of the story we do not hear. Your voices will increase with your passion. There is not a more American story than the story to fight for democracy and the right to live free, regardless of our faith, where we come from. A prophet once said, "What does your God require of you but to love justice, to do justice, to love kindness, and to walk humbly with your God."
Freedom in the Middle East! 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 Justice 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 in the Middle East!
And humility that the prophet spoke about is not the humility of keeping quiet. It's the humility of demonstrating peacefully, but with a strong voice and with numbers, what we demand. And it's time that all Americans embrace this story of the American Revolution, which is now taking place in many other parts of the world, starting with small groups of people who are demanding the right to be free, the right to be heard. Thank you.
The message that everybody has to make sure that we send out to all of our elected officials, it has to be very clear. We are for certain things that we all have gotten used to here, certain things that the world has and we just don't have in Arabia. We want our freedom, we want our right to determine where and what to do, when we want to do it. We want to determine what our children are going to be doing in the future. They are not going to determine anything from us anymore, because their determination of what they want us to do is not what we want to do. Very simply, they need to pack their bags, get the heck out of whatever it is that they are hiding in. Gaddafi has to go.
Gaddafi has to go! Gaddafi has to go! Gaddafi has to go! Gaddafi has to go!
His support, his international support is definitely going down. Russia yesterday announced that they are going to be working to mediate, i.e. are going to send him a plane if he likes. They can take him out, send him somewhere, maybe in Siberia. That will be a good place for him. Maybe on the way out they will stop in Damascus and pick up somebody else. Inshallah. Anyway, I just wanted to say that we are with you. We are in support of the Syrian people. We are in support of the Syrian uprising. And inshallah, we will have a huge celebration very, very soon. Thank you.
On behalf of the Syrian Americans, not only in Dallas and in the United States, I want to take a moment to express my gratitude and thanks and appreciation for the people of Tunis, of Tunisia, for the people of Egypt, for the people of Libya, and for the people of Yemen, for the people of Bahrain, for setting a good example for the rest of the Arab world, including the Syrian people. That is the message that the Arab countries and the Arab people are sending to their dictators is enough is enough.
Enough is enough! Enough is enough! Enough is enough!
Those of you who listens to TV stations and listen to government spokesmen and when they talk about the lies of Al Jazeera or the lies of those who try to speak the truth, all what they have to do, go back to the 1982, especially in Syria. It took us years to know what exactly happened in Hama. What bothers them today is it took 20 seconds after the first martyr in Dar'a for his name to be published on Facebook.
Takbir! Takbir! Takbir!
These governments, including Bashar al-Assad himself and his regime and his cronies, must know this, that there is no going back. Today, as a matter of fact, the people of Syria, not us here sitting in America, the people of Syria have said demonstrations going forward are on a daily basis, every day. And indefinitely, demonstrations will go on indefinitely until this regime is no more. Bashar al-Assad must go.
Bashar al-Assad must go!
Bashar al-Assad must go.
No hesitation!
Tired of humiliation!
Tired of humiliation!
We don't want more fabrication!
We don't want more fabrication!
We don't want more degradation!
We don't want more degradation!
We don't want your domination!
We don't want your domination!
We don't want your desperation!
We don't want your desperation!
Out is your destination!
Out is your destination!
Out is your destination!
Out is your destination!
Bashar, be a man! Get out with your clan!
Bashar, be a man! Get out with your clan!
Bashar, be a man! Get out with your clan!
Bashar, be a man! Get out with your clan!
New.